Hi, welcome to Man Kitchen. I'm your host, Reverend Colonel, and today we're going to make a Texas pot roast in an instapot. First of all, you want to start with a really nice cut of beef here. This is a really good, really nice high quality black Angus, and this will make a really good pot roast. Now then, typically most of your recipes for the crock pot say 3-pound roast, cook for 60 minutes. Okay, so we're just slightly over 2 pounds. Make sure you got a scale. Scales are important in everything. And this one's just a little over 2, so my mathematical genius brain tells me instead of 60 minutes, we can go 40 minutes, and that should be enough time to cook the meat. All right, now the package is open. We want to season this before we braise it, because you want to braise it to lock in the juices inside of it. And here we are in Texas. We like to use mesquite. Couple different brands you can use out there, but this one works good. So we're going to season this thing generously with some mesquite. Generous. And then we're going to flip it over and do the same thing to the other side. Most of your Instapot recipes tell you to sear it in the pan. And, you know, it works okay if you just want to mess one thing up or something like that. But it always, no matter how much oil you put in there, seems to burn a little bit in the pan. And then you got to clean that up. And that's a pain in the butt. Don't really want to do that. But anyway, the best way to really do it, if you really want to do this the authentic way and do it Texas style, we're going to sear it on the grill. So I've got my temperature going about right here. Got it on medium heat. We'll just take this bad boy, place it right here in the center. And we'll give that about 3 to 5 minutes to sear on that side, and then flip it and sear the other side. There we go. All right, 3 minutes, and look at that, perfect sear. We'll go for another 3 on this side. All right, and looks like we got a perfect sear on this side too, so we're all good. We can take this off. And turn off the grill, and we'll go inside. First, I like to use this springy thing that goes with the Instapot. Kind of crazy, but this holds the meat up off. You just stick it inside there just like that. So that way these are on the sides, and then these feet are on the bottom, and it just keeps my meat up off of the bottom, so you know I don't like burned pots. Alright, so I got my meat sitting in there, and I'm going to add 2 cups of H2O and a cup of beef broth, and I'm going to put a packet of this in, and I'm going to reserve another packet of this and another cup of water that we will put in later when we add vegetables. Alright, so I've got it in there. Make sure you have your lid on secure. You know, it does that little beep thing, then you know. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit pressure cook. Alright, and then I'm going to increase this time to 40 minutes. And that's it. Now we just wait and get the vegetables ready. Alright, so while the pot roast is cooking, we're going to cut some potatoes here. I like to use the red potatoes. These are, I mean, Texas favorite. And got this handy little cleaver knife. Look at this. Yeah, from Utopia Kitchen. And I'll tell you what, she got me this for Christmas because she knows I like the Man Kitchen. And this is the bomb here. I mean, You know, you could just go right through these things like nothing. You know, of course, the safe way is to go like this, but it just cuts right through these things like they're nothing. It's got a nice weight to it. Feels like you could throw this thing, you know, stick it in the wall, but probably shouldn't do that. At least not while the wife's home. So anyway, just cut all these in halves like this. You don't want your potatoes too small because then they just kind of disappear, but you don't want them, you know, overly big so they fit in your bowl. And of course this big one here is going to be more than just a couple pieces, so I'll take it that way. And I'll get 4 out of that. Next up, onions. Alright, this camera will stay up. Mr. Editor have to help me out here. Alright, so we've got our onions here. I just take a little bit off the ends, like that. Just give it a little cut like that. And I just peel that outer ring off. Like this. And, you know, don't be afraid of them. Gotta man up. They're onions. I like to cut them in quarters and then split those quarters up. Alright, and there you go, guys. That's how you do it. And, you know, if you're ever going to watch a chick flick with your wife, make a roast like this that night. Get that onion on your hands. Then sometime during the show, just wipe a little bit right on your cheek there. And it'll make your eyes tear up. And she'll just think that you're just the kindest, most gentlest person in the world. Next, we want to cut up some celery stalks. Watch your fingers. Don't want them too big, but not too tiny. So everything kind of shrinks up. There you go. Celery stalks. And then with the carrots, I cheat a little bit. I buy some baby carrots. I'll use most of this bag, maybe leave a little bit for the kids to have a treat. Letting off a little steam here. Soon we'll see how the meat looks. Alright, and our meat looks awesome. And so now we're going to add in all the vegetables. And then I did another cup of water. I put the rest of the beef broth in there. And then I also had put that other packet that was in there. And I also added a packet of brown gravy. And I will pour that on top of the vegetables after I put the vegetables all over the meat there. And then we'll set the pot again. Alright, so we've got everything in there. Wait till you hear the sound. There you go. Alright, and now we're going to we're going to cancel. And then we're going to do pressure cook. And now we're just doing 20 minutes. And there we go. And 20 minutes, let the steam off, and dinner will be ready. Alright, the pressure is ready to be released. Whenever you want to blow off a little bit of steam, always point away from your cabinet. Don't want it getting all over your cabinets. You have this thing facing forward, it goes all up underneath there. You don't want that. So make sure. Yeah, it's always nice to blow off a little steam, especially in the man kitchen. Alright, it's done with the steam. Open it up and take a look. Oh yeah, everything looks like it's coming along. Taters are soft. That's good. If taters are soft, you know the other veggies are. Get down there in the meat. Oh yeah, that meat feels nice and soft, just falling apart. Alright, so we just need to pull the meat out of there and then serve it up. Use that handy little springy thing and gently pull it out of here, trying not to drop or displace anything, and get your meat there so you can cut it into your equal sections for everybody's bowl. And then you can just pour this with the vegetables on top of it. Looks delicious. And there you go. Nice, beautiful Texas style pot roast here at the Man Kitchen. Alright, well, there went the pot roast. Everybody loved it. Good old Texas pot roast. What's not to love about that? Thank you for joining for the very first episode of Man Kitchen. And I'm your host, Reverend Colonel. Watch my YouTube channel, Reverend Colonel. And, you know, join my channel, share it, whatever you want. So remember, Ezekiel 24:10 says, heap on the logs, kindle the fire, boil the meat well, mix in the spices, and let the bones be burned up. Reverend Colonel, signing out.